Hey, what up people, this is your host and host Aryan Jairam. It's been a really long time since we uploaded a video. So I really thought that let's do this once and for all, because I haven't uploaded a video and I know a few people, not a lot, but a few will definitely wait for my video, because I speak something that's legit. This is something sensible and something that is understood by the masses and the common public. So once again, I welcome you all to the channel of sperio.a. This is your host and host Aryan Jairam. Well, if you can keep up with my speed, it's good. If you still can't, then YouTube has English auto-generated captions. So let's begin with it. So, you know, it's been really long time since I've uploaded my video, and I think this is gonna be the first video that I'm gonna be uploading after I got into college, or the law college. As the few people who've been following me recently or in the past know that I was a law aspirant, and yeah, finally I've got into law college. So I'm not gonna tell which college I'm into, trade secret, because again, a lot of questions will arise, a lot of things will come up. But still, I got a few offers from about Karnataka. I got a few seats, seat offers from out of Karnataka, and to be precise, in Noida, in Uttar Pradesh, Lucknow, and Haryana. So that's something to my merit. So college been really good. I've joined into college and I have already 2 awards to my merit. That's something that I feel happy about. So let's begin with today's topic, okay? The date today is 1st of October 2017, and time right now is 8:30. So what I thought is, today I'm going to be speaking about Gandhism. Is it real or no? As you all know, that Gandhi Jayanti is coming up on 2nd of October, that is tomorrow, and that is exactly in 12 hours from now. I'm just keeping as 8 a.m. the standard time, because who knows, I don't know. Everybody wakes up at 8, man, come on, let's be frank. So, it's a holiday, it's a dry day. Sad people, I can see the faces, so sad look on your faces. But let's be frank, okay? It's not about the dry day, it's not about not getting chakna on that day, it's not about, you know, the fun part of Gandhi Jayanti. It's about the serious issues that I'm going to be looking around right now. So what is Gandhi Jayanti? Gandhi Jayanti is basically the day when the father of nation, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, was born. Okay, I'm not giving the general knowledge quiz here. Everybody knows that, right? So why am I talking about this? Today, my question is Gandhism existent or not? Alright, that's the basic question, or the basic ideology, or the topic of this very, what do you call it, a vlog. So, I'm just questioning you. Is Gandhism real in our society? Does it exist today? Once Gandhiji told the day when a woman would walk with her head held high in the middle of night on the streets of India, that's when India would be really independent. As a matter of sarcasm, that today is just not an addiction, because that doesn't happen. That's not the routine. We see women like predators. That is the sad truth and the fact. It's sad that we look at women as something, objectifying them. We look at them as object. We look at them as pleasure. I'm not generalizing this, because a lot, you know, as they say, if there is bad, there is good too. So there are people who respect women, who allow them to go ahead, and they mean ladies first in the literal sense, and just north the proverb. So that too happens, but aren't we looking at women in a more, you know, objective way? We are not allowing them. We are not. I'm just forgetting the concept of being ritualistic and being orthodox and being, you know, rural. I'm just letting go of all of that. I'm talking about the city right now. Alright? Now, what has this done? Okay? Now, this has led to a concept of feminism. Well, if you were to ask me what is feminism, I would say that is not equal rights to women. Okay. Before you start destroying me in the comment section and looking up for the Google search, hear me out. Misandry is the perfect word to represent a woman who goes that extra mile to fight for her particular rights, alright? What is feminism? Feminism is neutrality and equality on the basis of gender. Yes, in feminism, the preach or thought of a woman being on the higher standard, or a woman trying to, you know, use her rights, that is there. But then The perfect word is misandry. Okay, so now this feminism is again a faulty policy. Alright, this feminism does not work all around. It's not the women that are using it in the wrong way, the men have interpreted it in the wrong way. Alright, ladies are not able to exercise their right of feminism because again a lot of disturbance that is being constantly occurring in the society. If I were to pick up a fresh example, then I would state the example of Gauri Lankesh. What happened to the lady? The lady was a rationalist thinker, a philosopher, a societal person, social person, an extrovert who put out her works in journals, in magazines, in newspapers and wherever and whatnot. But still she got assassinated. Now I wouldn't point fingers to anybody saying that they did it or they did not, because I don't know, and as a law student it is pretty basic that you do not claim that a person has done a particular crime. It is just an allegation that's been made unto some organizations, alright? So the question is, why is everyone being silenced? Now, with the concept of silence, I move on to the second point, or the second ideology that I would like to express about the silencing of voices. Now that grammatically might not be right, but emotionally it connects. I ask you, why are we being silenced? If a guy goes out and puts a certain comment about any public or personality, why is he arrested? It is his opinion. It's not defamating somebody. Yeah, yes, I would agree that if it were in the most vulgar, in the most harshest manner, yes, you definitely have the right to go and claim for a libel or slander and put him behind the bars. But is it really worth putting a 21-year-old IT software engineer behind the bars? Does not do any good to the country. Or putting a man who's 46 years old and wants to express himself behind the bars does not do anything good to this country. Our country has to progress as a nation. We are not North Korea. We are not China. Or we are saying that these countries are bad, but yes, their policies have a few things that hinder them from expressing their rights. Let's not talk about their constitutions, or let's not talk about their rules and regulations. This is India and I'm keeping it real. So how would Gandhism apply to the concept of being silenced, you ask me? Gandhiji was a person who preached and said it from time and again that you need to express yourselves and you need to be repugnant all the time you say something mishappening. Now, we are not following the footsteps of such a great man. A man who bought this country freedom. Nevertheless, there were other leaders too who bought freedom. But he is considered and recognized because he bought us freedom with simplest of the simplest astras like ahimsa. I mean, like, you can go and win over a person by punching him in the face or killing him or doing whatever it is. But you cannot ask each and every person or win over them with just one particular ideology that you're going to talk to him. How does that work in our society? Alright, so that was my second point, silencing of voices. The voices are being suppressed. I do not want to point out people, that's not my job, but everybody is trying to silence the other person. There are armies, there are whatever that are coming up, but that's wrong. There is a respected army that stands on the borders to protect us, not the internal armies that should be created within the country. And you do not have a right to be called yourself as an army. You can call me as a group, you can be called as a community, you can be called as a herd of followers, but nothing else. Because the army is a battalion, is a representation of people which works to safeguard interests in the right manner, not the interest of a particular person. That is what an army is. Moving on to the third point that I wanted to tell is that Gandhism is being used as a yardstick. Most of you who don't know yardstick is nothing but an instrument of measurement. Gandhism is just an yardstick that we need to use. Well, if you ask me how, I would say that Gandhiji put out certain principles like telling the truth, ahimsa, non-violence, both are the same, and various other principles which he wanted this country to recognize and adopt and work in the same way. He believed for the next thousands of years and centuries and generations to come, people would stay in the same manner that they were in 1947, that is when we got independence. But sadly, today that doesn't happen. All people want to do is be the frogs in the well. They want to pull other people down as well as they don't want to jump above the well. I'm not saying that other countries are great. My country is the best and will be the glorious no matter what. But my question is, why we do this? Can't we all live harmoniously? But when we see another person coming up, praising in his life, then we curse them. We try to pull them back. Why do we do that? Gandhiji always believed in equality and not in inequality. He respected women. He asked women to lead groups, organizations during the protests, peaceful protests that happened during the time of independence. Sadly, we live in a country where peace just means this, right? This is the WhatsApp emoji for peace. And people just believe that this is peace. Recently I saw somebody saying that if people were to go on a peace strike without a purpose, then it would be like this. Okay bro, you want peace? Okay. You want peace? Okay. Fine. Ho gaya. Peace protest ho gaya. There is a purpose why we need peace. Peace does not refer for you not being pissed off because there's a lot of water, that the drained water that is coming from another house onto your house. Peace is nothing but the calmness that you keep in your mind no matter what. If you want to grow, if you have the dedication, if you have the hard work, to the people who are atheists, I'm sorry, but if you have the luck, then you will definitely come up in life. And sometimes luck also doesn't matter. But I think luck does matter. That's my opinion. So ladies and gentlemen, these have been the three, rationalistic points that I would like to throw in front of you, because I'm doing this after a long time and I wanted to, have an impersonation and it has a perfect stamp on your mind. That's what I want it to be. So ladies and gentlemen, this has been your host, and those Aryan Jairam. The movie shooting progress is going pretty good. So thank you, that was my update. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being such a lovely audience and listening to me for all while now. And I think this particular vlog is really important, and I want you all to spread this and share this so that, on October 2nd, if I'm able to change one particular person, it might sound right and it might actually work, That's how it works. Thank you मत कहना, सिर्फ 3 लोगों को मदद कर देना. Just do that. Just spread the particular thing to 3 more people if you can. And before I sign out, India is a glorious, peaceful and beautiful country. Please follow the legal rules, regulations and systems so as to maintain it and put it on the bigger benchmarks. Thank you ladies and gentlemen. This has been your host and dost Aryan Jairam. Signing out.